Hello and welcome to my next video in the theme of innovation in times of lockdown. Yesterday, I talked about the leadership pillar and dove more into this. And I said, I'm using the way of thinking that I'm working with three success pillars, which are relevant for every organization out there. So leadership pillar was yesterday. If you haven't seen the video, please look back. It's very interesting, and it's a key pillar of your success if your business is in lockdown. um, I said I will focus more on retail and the retail environment for this week, because it's tangible, because a lot of shops and a lot of stores are closed. So today's the pillar is the community pillar, and that's for me is one of the key pillars, which helps you to build relationships. So building relationships has never been more important than today. And in times of lockdown, when your store is closed, when your restaurant is closed, when your business is closed, in a way that, at least to the extent that you can't meet the customers as you have been meeting them in a normal way, you need to find different ways of engaging with your customers. And that's key for your business. And I think it's not just the lockdown, but it's even more crucial in times of lockdown. So there's a huge universe, which is the digital universe, which I know a lot of companies are already into. A lot of shops and stores are on different social media platforms, have their online store and so on. But while uh, being now in lockdown and looking a little bit of what's going on, at least in the local city where I live in, I checked what's going on. So I looked into the high street. I was there and looked into what is going on with the stores, what is going on with the restaurants. And some are good, some are less, or let's say not less good, but don't use the opportunity. So we talked about the opportunity from a leadership perspective yesterday, but today I want to give you a look into the community angle. So it's engaging with your customers. Most of you have a customer record, so you know who your customers are. You have data about them, which means you know either their email address, you have their phone numbers, whatever. Stay close to them. If you're not using social media, you can do this on an ongoing basis. You can engage with them with posts, even like super old school, I know, but it's an engagement possibility for you right now to be in their minds, to be with them and saying, hey, we are there for you. We are helping you. We know it's hard for everyone, but there's an engagement opportunity. It's of course way easier when you go into the social media world, where you have the possibility to engage with them and talking back and forth. Focus of all of that, and whatever you're doing is not selling. So that's the number one thing a lot of shops and so on doing wrongly, my perspective. You're trying to sell something straight away. It's about building a relationship. That's what you would be doing inside your store as well. If someone, let's say you have a clothing store, if someone will enter your store, you're not jumping on them and saying, hey, I want to sell you this. You're engaging with them. Hey, how are you doing? What's going on? The normal sales process, in a physical environment. Use the same way of thinking and putting that into a digital format. Engage with them, ask them what's going on, show them and provide them value. So it's all about you providing value as much as you can. If you have a clothing store, like one now stupid example just out of my head is, how can you show, hey, that's the daily dress that's going on here, and we're still there for you. Like engaging with them on an ongoing basis. That's not one post per day. That's at least 5, 6, 7 posts per day, where you engage with people in different times, in different media as well. So I think you should be out there in a lot of media and a lot of social networks to find and engage with your customer base, and maybe future customer base. So number one is provide value as much as possible and give value. Provide them with value. Don't focus on taking and selling the whole time. Of course, there's ways in doing that, but if you focus on value and engagement right now, that's the biggest opportunity you have, because people will be buying with you going forward anyhow, if you're good in that. Number two, and tip from my side, is educating people. Focus on education. Focus on engaging them and giving education. So if you're again a clothing store, how can you educate people how to dress? That's something you can easily do. If you have salespeople, they know how people are dressing, what fits to which type. You can do 1 week theme, which is on one specific topic, where you say, this week, let's say you have a clothing store which is for different age groups. You can do, this is the men's seniors 60 plus. This is the week which is females, which is 25. So whatever you have, and that's just an example, you can engage with people in a completely different way. You engage with them going forward. And then yesterday I spoke about partnership with different stores in your high street, different people you know around you are having businesses. So what can you provide that's completely different to your customers, that they are not used to? So let's say you have a shoe store and you needed to close. What you could do easily is saying, hey, we're offering you a try at home version of our shoes. So we have a student that's coming by, and there he's bringing like 5 pairs of shoes, and you can try them, and you can buy one straight away with the student or with the salesperson, and the rest we will take home again. So I know that might sound ridiculous for some of you right now, but I think it's a huge opportunity where you engage with your customer base who can't come to you. You can have the same way with the personal shopper. Hey, we have a personal shopper for you. They're doing it for you. They're coming and providing you with that service. And when we look into the partnership angle, it's like, how can you partner up? Imagine there's the shoe store, which is working with the clothing store, which is working with the bakery. So it's like the high street is working all together. So if you're coming with your bringing the shoes to try, you can bring coffee, you can bring bread rolls, you can bring fitting close to that, if you work with your local community. And I think this is the power you have right now in a retail environment. I think if you take this as an example that works in a lot of environments, providing value to your customers, engaging with your customers, and that consistently. I think you need to do this consistently, day by day by day by day. And there's no weekend. For me, this time is time where there's no weekend. And I understand that there are laws and all of that. But if you're the owner of a shop, if you're the owner of a retail chain, if you're the owner of a restaurant, how can you provide and engage with your customers on a daily basis going forward? Because they will all come back. There will be times where the lockdown is over, and if you have provided value to your customers, to the people close by, to the people who are engaged with you, they will come and they will buy even more than ever. And I think that's an opportunity where everyone can pick up pace, where everyone can see it as an opportunity, like I said yesterday, in using things in a different way. So that's a bit the community aspect today. Thank you very much for listening, and coming back tomorrow with the business angle.